We're looking at S&P 500 mini futures. Time frame is 2000 tick chart. The 21 bar exponential moving average, the blue line, is a supportive indicator only. And right now I'm looking at the trading range structure, which according to rules, I have to follow the short-term trend lines. Now I draw the short-term trend lines in this trading range because I want to follow the trend line rule. Every single time there's a break of the trend line, prices attempt to create new extreme, and after new extreme is formed, I expect reversal. So we got reversal here, move down, break, new low form, reversal here again. So we have a break of the uptrend, and right now I expect for prices to create new high for this uptrend right here. For the most part, I expect for prices to create at least a attempt for new high double top. We came from the lows, we expect for prices to reach the highs, and in trading ranges, I need to buy low and sell high. So right now the market is going to open in 7 minutes. This is my pre-market structure. You guys can see we're almost about to create new high. This was a second entry long, two-legged pullback, but it didn't quite form well because it was way too big and I cannot basically enter here. By that point, you're way too close to this high and you can just take few ticks higher, create new high and reverse down. So I need to respect the risk to reward ratio, and this bar needed to be at least half its size for me to go long here. Alright, so the stock market opened and I'm resuming the video. At first I was playing the spike and a channel pattern. We actually had a nice new high, first entry long, second entry long, because exponential moving average kept holding price, and this is pretty typical in trading ranges. During the overnight session, when you have such a strong uptrend, you generally expect for prices to reach the resistance, identify the spike and channel, but we have a massive overshoot, and it generally means that this spike and channel is not valid. And I'm also going to delete this wider uptrend because this is looking like shortened break and a big leg new extreme. First leg pullback, second leg up. Alright, so the trading range ended up winning. Trading range rule, most breakouts of trading ranges will fail. We pull back, but we never really get a good felt second entry long. Now felt second entry long is way too down after breaking new low. So for that reason, I'm just waiting. But when you see clear trading range right during the overnight session, full healthy trading range going from up and down, this is where you can expect for most breakouts to fail and pull back into a trading range. So the clear trading ranges during overnight session without any trends are generally a good sign that the first or the second breakout will pull back. But right now we're too far down for felt second entry long. I would have preferred to happen is somewhere near the EMA. We're not even touching the EMA now, so I'm just going to be waiting for a better setup here. Alright traders, so I'm preparing my limit order in case we get a quick lower high, because we had a break new low, another break, another big leg down, indicating to me that the sellers are still active and we may reach the low of the day. We had an uptrend working high with the break and a new high, confirming the trend line, but it was a horrible bar. Look at the big stem at the bottom, but you guys can see we may not even get a lower high here. There are news in 10 minutes, but I want to see a bearish bottom and I want to go short, and we may eventually break the trend line. Alright traders, so you guys can see we just had the lower high, but lower high was inside bar, and not only that, half of the body is a bullish stem, so similar issue to this, and you guys can see that it worked. But basically, once the trend line got confirmed here and the uptrend played out, strong push below EMA indicating bearish momentum. So I'm anticipating continuation of the downtrend, but the lower high really didn't form well. But it's unfortunate that these two setups are considered a high probability setup if the signal bar is just slightly better. Alright traders, I'm preparing my limit order as I'm going to take a felt second entry long, using my limit order a little bit further back. This is a big bar, so I don't want to risk too much. Yeah, the scalp was made, so I have to cancel the order. The reason why I liked felt second entry long, because overall this is looking like a strong trading range. So once we broke higher, so far from EMA, I have a break, 2 legs to a new high. I played the trading range rule, which means most breakouts will fail, but it was a little bit congested. This lower high wasn't bad, but we have a new high, first entry long, pull back below EMA, second entry long, failure. So not only I'm following the trading range rule, most breakouts will fail, pull back into trading range, I'm following the reversal pattern, because reversal pattern is characterized by 2 failed attempts in previous trend's direction, which was bullish. Uptrend played out with break, 2 legs to an extreme, and strong push below EMA indicating bearish momentum. Look at this gorgeous bearish bar, everybody got trapped. And look at the runner I missed. Signal bar was a little bit big, so I was played a little bit greedy, but that's unfortunate. Look at the runner. Sometimes you catch a good runner, sometimes you don't, so that comes to the territory, and that's unfortunate because this was the only high probability setup, first one for the day that I saw. Right traders, so I was preparing my limit order to get a visual 2-legged pullback, because we had first leg up, pullback, second leg up. So there's a 2-legged pullback to the EMA. Also, uptrend played out with the break and a new high, telling me that it is safe for me to go short we had a new low, first entry short, second entry short, which means I can reset the count and a first entry short, second entry short again. So no matter how I look at it, this is a variation of a two-legged pullback, which is a high probability setup. Downtrend needs a new low according to trendline rule because this is the first break, and EMA kept holding, but because of the signal bar indicates neutral doji, I didn't take this entry. I will however take lower high if it forms here. Alright traders, I'm quickly resuming the video as we have a lower high forming. Let's see how this bar finishes. I'm going to take it on engulfing entry. I'm going to go for 2 points only, and this is a lower high confirmation of the second entry two-legged pullback as I expected. It is a little bit stacked, so this entry is definitely more on aggressive side. EMA keeps holding price. Downtrend still needs to get new extreme. Big bearish bar indicating good momentum. The only thing that is worrying a little bit is the congestion, but I am willing to take the risk here and risk potentially getting stopped out. Now even the support is starting to be a little bit strong, but I like thinking we may still get the scalp here. Come on, playing the probabilities here. And this is not good, seeing this neutral doji. Of course, preferably you want to enter at the highs when there is no congestion. You have room down here. Let's see. At this point on, there's probably already support form. This is why we bounce here after that second entry short, and we got stopped out here. So that happens, but it was a little bit aggressive entry. It's not too bad here. Alright traders, I quickly see forming felt second entry long, and I'm going to go for a tick, quickly adjust my orders, and I see new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure. I treat it as a little failed breakout out of this small little congestion, break to the downside, pullback. So this is a breakout pullback and a failed second entry long. EMA keeps holding price. This is a congestion and breakout pullback out of this congestion. So I treat it as a visual failed second entry long with a great signal bar. I'm going to quickly tighten this so I don't lose anything on the runner because this is right now a bonus. Uptrend played that with a break and new high. Strong push below EMA indicating bearish momentum. I've been working in this tight trading range basically the entire session. I have to follow the rules, which means I have to buy low, sell high. But overall, this has been quite a calming, quiet day. Nothing really much happening. Most breakouts are failing. You have to really stick to the short-term trend lines. Finally, we have a break and a new low for this downtrend. We may reach the bottom support here. Prices are creating series of lower highs, lower lows, which is indicating bearish imbalance. There's a potential downtrend which I was hesitant to draw because it is really wide for a trading range like this, but I can't deny we keep making series of lower highs and lower lows every single time. So once we confirm it with this lower high, I was looking for failed second entry long, but you guys can see we never got it. At this point on, we're slowly but surely making series of lower highs, but right now we bounced it to support. So we may expect potential bounce, but I still suspect we may get a decent one bearish leg down if we pull back that the EMA is going to hold, because we can't deny the bearish imbalance. But I'm generally hesitant drawing these wide patterns because they don't really come into play too often. They're really generally too wide for trading range. But at this point on, this is the structure and still sitting on just these two trades. Bearish bias still continues. I'm drawing these short-term uptrends. We have a break, new extreme, indicating to me that the buyers are over. The key entry point is holding. I'm waiting for a lower high or possibly failed second entry long, but I have to be careful because once we start bouncing at these lows multiple times, this is indicating to me that this key level is starting to be strong. So I just expect this last one leg down off this key entry point, because eventually the trading range will win. Alright traders, I quickly entered a lower high and I didn't even manage to make my scalp to extend. I like this lower high because I looked at it as a first break of this key entry point. Strong push below EMA, big bearish bar, we take the high and reverse down, strong bearish bar, two legs to new extreme after the bullish uptrend. And after we push below EMA, we confirm the overall bearish momentum, and I still expected that one last leg to new low. No runner. That was my last trade for the day, and it was extremely quick trade. So you guys can see even a quick trade like that can happen, and I barely managed to record it because once you get filled and instantly scalped. I'm gonna wrap it up. We got FOMC announcement in 1 hour. 3 trades in total, 1 losing trade, 2 winning trades. Overall structure, clear trading range. Most breakouts will fail. This was the trade of the day. This was a clean, easy, high probability setup, which would have produced a nice run. Other than that, the bearish bias, bearish imbalance throughout the market was quite confusing. And the last hour, we've been just chopping slowly but surely higher. So no clear bias at this point on. This is where you just have to wait until something happens, but this is pretty typical before FOMC. So I hope you find some decent trades on a day like this. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna see you guys next one. Take care, everybody.